Y'all see my sneakers? They is so bright. I love bright colors. It keeps all that negative energy off for you. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. I see grids in the sky. Look at that. I don't know if y'all can see. I have to go on my walk. There it is. Okay. So I'm in the dead zone. So my signal might go out again and again and again. Okay. So what am I going to talk about today? Give me a second. You know what? It's kind of difficult. I be having in my head this big plan. Like I'm gonna try to do my walk and do my live at the same time because it's convenient. But it's not convenient because I can't do what I do on my walks and give a talk. So, oh, oh, the world, I'm so tired. There are a few things I wanted to talk to y'all about. Um, Gus is working really hard to make some classes up for y'all to understand this stuff because with the hundreds and hundreds of people that we talk to on a daily basis, we are noticing that you're just not getting it. So instead of trying to, oh, excuse me, oh, put this on mute. Oh my goodness. I know I had did a lot of meditation on it for a few hours. My body is drained from that. But anyway, I'm sorry about that. So Gus's medial classes, and I know that sounds bad, but when I went to college, well, this particular college I went to, I had a professor who she became a big part of my life. Um, Her story went like this. She was in the military. She had got married. She had a kid, and she was in the military, so she was doing fine with her life, right? But she said, "You know what? I don't have no education. I only got my GED, so I'm gonna go back to college." When she tried to go back to college, they said she read on the sixth grade level. So she's in her 30s taking sixth grade math classes with sixth graders. This is a true story. She had to humble herself to go back to elementary school to learn math so that she can go to college. This professor now she received her doctorate degree at 43 years old, I believe, one of the youngest African American doctor who holds a doctorate in the state of Colorado. Uh, but yeah, she humbled herself. and she went back to the 6th grade in the actual elementary class. Oh, how you doing, sweetheart? Um, in the actual class with 6th graders, and now she's known all over the world. I mean, every country in the world has had her there to teach their either employees or their students. So never feel some type of way if you have to start from the beginning. Shit, I had to do when I went to this particular college, I had to go do this. They had me in fucking, like, what was that shit? Prerequisite English, like fucking English 101. I said, what? Bitch. I got in that class and I did well in that class, but it was like a baby class. It was a beginner's class to reading. And I'm like, I can fucking read. I don't know why I'm in here, but I don't know. With me in school, if I have to be instructed to do something, I'm going to fail. So I don't know. But I got out of those classes. I'm just saying all of this to say, you got to start where you at. So my husband is going to do classes to teach all the basics. Since the tax video went over everybody's head, well, 90% of my followers' heads, he's going to try to do something, I guess, less. I don't fucking know. Because that was kind of on the 3rd grade level. So I don't fucking know. But he is an actual teacher. That's his real life career. He went to college for that and everything. So he's really good at that. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you what it is. If you don't understand it, I don't know how to explain that shit differently. So it's good that we balance each other out. And Renee, can you hear me fine? Because I'm walking and I don't know if these headphones is working. So let me know if you can hear me fine. So if y'all want to be a part of those classes, and we will give those classes away for free. We won't charge y'all for that. Um, so we'll just post it like I post everything else. And then once you have an understanding of that, then you can take our paid classes, which is where the remedy you want is going to be. Okay, I got that out the way. I told y'all, remember, I'm going on a walk. I don't know if y'all can see the road, but I'm going up and down inclines. It's not showing on there, but so I might be out of breath and then not out of breath, depending on what road I'm on. So we got that remedial thing out of the way. So I had recently went on a spirit walk. Um, I just did mushrooms. So I do mushrooms every about 6 months because I have to do the work. So whatever they teach me when I go in, I have to take the time from that moment to execute the information given to me or undo something I was told that I was doing wrong. And that takes time. So, damn it. Oh my God, it was so cold by my house, and now I'm burning up. Okay, so give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Sorry about that. It was a plane going by. Um, so on this trip, it's hard for me to tell y'all this shit because they always watching us, right? But they showed me a image, a vision of how we all fell. Okay. Now I know y'all heard the stories about we all under a spell. That's so pretty. Like the trees. So this is what I do on my walk. I just be in nature. But anyway, they showed me a visual of how we all fell. And we literally all fell. Like we just fell. So it's oh, this is so great. It is a episode on Charmed. Now y'all don't have to watch this TV show, but I would look up, just say on Google, type it in, episode of Charmed where the avatars put everybody to sleep. Okay? And see what come up. So basically the setup to this is these higher angel craps, I meant people or thingies, whatever. They were higher than the elders, they were higher than the angels and all that crap, right? But they were very sneaky about how they were approaching people to try to bring them to their agenda. So they would see what it is that you think about or what you're frightened of, and they would go off of that. So they made Cole go insane in order for him to accept them. They gave Phoebe the illusion that she can have her child and her child to be safe and she can be free or whatever. It was an illusion they gave. Yeah. You can have all of this, right? We'll give you all of that. You just got to accept this as, but we all have to agree, right? They kept saying we all have to agree. Okay, so um, everybody had agreed except for Phoebe. Phoebe kept saying she just wasn't sure. She just wasn't sure. And then they had showed her. So they gave her an image of herself, but herself in a peaceful world where everything just went right and there was no crime and shit, no demons. So when she saw her daughter, she agreed. Okay, so she saw her daughter, she agreed, and then the reset was on. So the avatars came to the cast of the show and they said, you're just gonna go to sleep, and when you wake up, everything is gonna be right with the world. And so they agreed. They was going on about their day, and everybody just fell to the ground and went to sleep. And it wasn't a hard fall. Nobody was hurt. They just fell effortlessly. And they showed me this on my Vision Quest. And I said, hold up. Those people right there look familiar. Because you know when you under, it's a lot. And I'm like, those are my, that's us. Yes, that was us. That's our story. That's the current story that you hear bits and pieces of, right? And you kind of put it together the way your brain can allow you to do so. But they showed it to me. And on that episode of Charm, once everybody woke up, everything was different. It was perfect. But when somebody, I think this is what happened. I believe somebody left their trash can out too long. And so they were shot and killed. So the sisters was like, what the fuck? You can't do that because somebody did that. And then they understood this is the new world order because everybody agreed. I know, man, this shit sound light. It sound light and look at that. Let's see. But it's deeper than what you think. That's why we're here. So it's not as extreme like it was on this show Charmed, where they would just shoot you if you did something wrong. Here they put you in jail. It's the same thing. You just gotta tweak the way you're looking at shit. So that was a part of my trip. Um, I thought that was really interesting because I had seen that on Charmed like 20 years ago, and for them to have that in my Vision Quest was it just confirmed that that was a legit thing. So that happened to me at my Vision Quest, and the other message they told me to give y'all was maybe y'all can help me out with this one. I'm thinking I'm thinking how do I say this? So there are a lot of channels talking about how you can see that the planet is shifting dimensions or grades. So I heard a lot of people saying we left 3G or 3D and now we're going up to 5D. I don't know why everybody skipped over 4D, but whatever the D's are, I don't get into that shit. I don't know about it. I don't study it. So I don't know. I'm not saying that if it's true or not. But I couldn't advise you one way or the other on that. But what I will say is I have noticed it is taking me no effort at all to recall. So if I do a recall spell, like the recall happens and it's immediate. So I'm wondering if the supposed dimension upgrade has anything to do with that. So if y'all know more about that than I do, feel free to email me. We could bust it up over it or put a comment in here. I promised my husband I would take breaks because I'm doing 3 miles and that's the only way he would let me out the house. So now I got that on record. Y'all saw me take a break, right? All right. So I was like, I'm thinking that because I'm able to access this stuff so quickly, they might not be wrong about the changing of dimension and all that stuff. I don't know. It be so many stories. Like you don't know which one to believe, so I just don't be paying attention to none of this shit. Excuse me, but I think that was right. I think they're right about that. For instance, when I was under, I was saying I want to do a survey again. So on some of my trips, I've always been shown me surveying the land. So they would show me all over the world, going to different land masses and sampling the soil, the water, the air, and taking notes to report back. I told y'all about that in 2017, I think 2018, about that particular message to me. Yeah, it was about the trip when I told y'all, how is it that an Uber picked me up? Okay. So I was showing me surveying the land in Egypt. I also told y'all Egypt is not a desert land. It's not sand. It's tropical. And because of what they did, what they wasn't supposed to do, the obsessive need for power, um, and their inability to pause themselves for their actions. Look at that. That's pretty. Ooh, like this hole. Ooh, look at that. That's from a bird. That's good. Watch me take that home and use that in my magic. I be having so much fun on my walks. But anyway, so when I was surveying the land in Egypt, I had this look on my face. This is when my dog Isis was still alive. And I was like, why is this sand here? I remember saying that shit in there. Why is this sand here? And then I remember putting samples of the sand in my pouch and I put it on my waist. And I said to Isis, let's go. And then I don't know how, this is in a spirit trip. So don't try to make sense out of this shit. But I'm walking. Now, y'all know in Egypt, is no roads where the sand is, right? So I'm supposed to be like walking on the sand. But the Uber came to pick me up. And I remember when I was in it, I said, how is an Uber picking me up? And that made me think, yeah, this shit is all backwards. So where they say cars are new, the first car was in 1902 or something like that. That shit ain't right. That ain't right. But those are some of the experiences I had on my Vision Quest. And I'm just telling you all this because if you map together all of your Vision Quests, all of your premonitions, all of these knowings that you have, if you do a flow chart and you map everything together, sorry, and you map everything together, it'll be a story and you can read it clearly. So that's what I was showing on this last Vision Quest, my story. So from the first memory I had to the last, I could read it like a book. It wasn't all scatterbrained like it is in my real life. So that was great. Um, I hope that information helps. It's all messy, but yeah. So I guess the message is, if the planet really is shifting up into a higher dimension, I would agree. Simply because my ability to cast spells happen extremely quick now. So the advice I would give y'all is, let's see, be careful with what you do. Be careful with what you say. Be careful with how you respond. Okay. You want to be real careful with how you respond to shit. Because I could have left my body and not control myself in a situation recently where somebody's life was just going to be ended. because of my ego and my, yeah, I guess all that fit into ego. My ego. Somebody had disrespected me to power. And I just get read like it's nothing for me to make this blood spill out. And I had to really truly, damn, y'all cannot see this the way it really is. So pretty. Anyway, I had to I had to do some breath work so I can control my energy because it feels different now. I had made a post on one of my pages and I said, um, I don't know if this is going to make sense to anybody. I really don't know, but I'm gonna try. When I was brushing my teeth the other day, I used the water from the sink, and the water tastes digitally to me. Oh man, I hope I pronounced that word right. Digitized, digital. The water tastes digital. Now I don't know what that is. I don't know how water can taste digital. But also, if y'all remember, I want to say a year or two ago, I did a video and I said, you know, I was in the shower in Maryland and the water tastes yellow. And I couldn't figure for the life of me how the fuck does yellow taste in water? But that's what the words that came out of my mouth. My mouth said, this water tastes yellow. And I'm like, okay, well, if the water tastes yellow, what color is the water supposed to taste like? Always connect with the trees. Sometimes I lose myself and forget there's other people around. I hate that there's so many people around with the trees. You can't have anything personal, any personal time with them, unless you go into the woods. My husband got me in the fucking shopping district. That's where he moved us to. So it ain't nothing but shopping around here. There's no fucking parks and forests. I gotta drive all the way to the south side just for me to go to the park. Oh, but you're never happy. When you live closer to the park, you complain about not having shopping centers everywhere. So that's life. But anyway, I was trying to converse with myself and figure out why the water tastes yellow. And then when I came home to Colorado, the water tastes pine. It tastes green, like winter fresh, like uh huh, I know I'm sounding crazy as fuck. Like the fucking forest. That's what the water tastes like. It didn't have a color, I think. It tastes like an energy. But now this week, now the water tastes digitally. So I don't fucking know. I don't know why I'm having whatever this is about water. Um, maybe there's a message in that I should be paying attention to, but I don't even know what question to ask, so I don't fucking know. Um, but I feel like that's an important message to give y'all. I don't think that was personal for me. So if y'all have had any experience where you can taste the color of water, let me know. All right, hold on. I gotta remember the other part. I think if I keep walking back behind these damn shopping centers, there might be some woods back there. We'll see. Sorry, I'm trying to fit y'all into my personal time, so I'm still going to do me. Damn, only back there. I don't think so, actually. Uh, I might be ass out of luck. I probably just gotta get the car and just go to the fucking woods. I think we've been living over here for the last almost 3 years now, and I haven't explored this place at all yet. But anyway, that water was important, so I hope y'all get it. And the other thing, yeah, the only other important message they wanted me to give y'all was to let y'all know that the upgrade is real. So be careful with the energy. And when they say know thyself, it's the most greatest advice ever given to a natural breathing person, human or whatever. If you don't know yourself, you can easily be corrupted. You can easily be manipulated and brainwashed. So start focusing on yourself. Start loving yourself. Start touching yourself and looking at yourself. We really don't. If you think about it, we don't. Okay. Knowing thyself will be the greatest thing you can do for yourself. Don't even try me, dog. Don't try me, bitch. Anyway, yeah. So if you know yourself, then you'll know if you're going over the line, if you're crossing any lines. I know that I have um, a particular type of violence inside me. So I I'm harder on myself. I'm harder on myself than anybody could ever possibly be on me. Because I know that I have a what is that word? Damn. I like to be violent. I don't know what the fuck the word is. So I channel that shit into other things. Okay. So as far as the magical side of me goes, that's the message that I have to give y'all. You are activated, whether you know it or not. Whatever gifts you came here with will be enhanced, and the gifts that you didn't know you had will be visible. So I told y'all, uh, between my son, my husband, and my daughter, they were completely and totally done with me because I had infected my arm to the point where my arm stunk and it was yellow. And I intentionally did that shit. As bad as that shit sounds. Now y'all know I got lupus and I don't have no immune system. So I could have killed myself doing this shit. But I didn't. I just kept going with it. So every time it would heal, I would infect it again and then put my serum on that shit to see what happened. And every time it healed it. So now I'm in a place right now with this on my arm where it's completely healed, but uh, there was collateral damage because woo, my arm looked a hot mess. Like it looked bruised up, it looked fucked up, but it's healed. So we went through some shit. My son said, "You promised me you was gonna go to the hospital," and I said, "But I'm a medicine woman. The fuck, I go to the hospital, they gonna make me sick." So he wasn't speaking to me like it was bad. I'm telling y'all, it's bad. It was so bad that my kid that live out of state was asking me when was I going to the hospital. I ain't go to no fucking hospital. I healed myself. I did that shit. So I said that to say I think the medicine woman in me increased because of the upgrade of the planet. Whereas though I could go that deep into self-destruction and still come out on top. So there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. But if you truly do know thyself, then you'll know when to stop. Now, I was crossing the fucking line. I was crossing all the way over the line because there was no stopping with me with this fucking infection. Like, so I had made this one theorem that to me it made perfect fucking sense because of what I had in it. And I wrapped my arm with this and nothing happened. And I was like, damn, nothing happened at all. Like it was like nothing. Nothing. So I had to go back to the drawing board. And I'm like, all right, so I'm not gonna use this. What if I just do this, do the ritual over this, and see what happens? And that took me, I don't know, maybe 5 tries, 5 different concoctions of herbs and mudras and spells that you speak into what you're doing. And then I finally got it. So I can comfortably say that if there is a topical infection, I can heal it with my serum. Yeah, I can say that with confidence. So now that I've done it on me successfully, now I'm gonna feel. Now I feel more comfortable if somebody else was to ask me for it in my family. Let them use it. Oh, I have a girlfriend that she's like my guinea pig. She always using my shit first to tell me how it is. So I gotta wait for her to get sick. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited, but like I'm really, really excited about it because magic, spells, rituals, especially doing earth magic, being outside, that's where I'm happiest. That's where I'm the happiest. So yeah. Anyway, I guess I just want to tell y'all about my trip I went on with the mushrooms. And yeah, I told them that I'm on a 12-week microdose um charge up. So I'll be microdosing the mushrooms every day. So one pill every day for 12 weeks. That's what I'm doing right now. Mm. I feel like every time I get off of here, I remember something they told me to tell y'all. Damn, I forgot. So it was important. I'll come back on here. Now I'm gonna close this out because I have to take another break because I think I've been walking now for a mile now without a break. So Let's sit here and then I'm going to open this back up. So since this was about magic and spirit, my next one is going to be about money and finance. Okay.